Okay, so what we're going to do is just some Pindar. Dum diggy dum diggy dum 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 diggy dum diggy dum. And should we start with, so there are two pipes here. High pipe. High pipe obviously has the higher hole, and low pipe. And it's like the piano, you put the low pipe in the left hand to get the bass notes. And let's just take one reed. No, I'm going to take them both. And with the hand, index finger lightly on the hole and pinky lightly on the hole, and then allow the other fingers just to fall easily. Avoid this, okay? That will end up with more tension. And also in the iconography, you will often see, even like that, okay? If you look at Egyptian and Greek iconography, the fingers tend to go over. And that may be more comfortable, okay, like this, because you're holding it up here. And if you have that finger down, yeah, you end up with a curve. So possibly middle joint, pinky. It's really important to keep all the holes covered when you're learning the finger positions. So this is initial drills. And notice that with the holes, if I'm holding a hand like that, the holes are at 11 o'clock. So I want to turn my reed, but don't rotate the reed like that because it will crack. So what you have to do is wiggle it off, yeah, and now I can rotate it, and now I put it back on straight. Okay? Except I was holding it the wrong way around, so I've done it the wrong way. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting the reed at horizontal, but the holes, I'm twisting them so that they are at 11 o'clock to me. Okay? And that is just a bit more ergonomic. Okay? And it's also exactly how the ancient Greeks bored their alloy. So the thumb hole is not at 180 degrees. There's an azimuth offset of about 20 degrees. So before I play, I always bring my chin just a little bit, tuck your chin and think about the crown of the head rising, okay? You want to avoid the chin going out, yeah? And think about your spine so that you're allowing every vertebrae to stretch. And so I'm beginning with the little finger on. Make sure your little finger is on. Three things. The first thing is light touch. So delicate, caressing it like a baby, okay? It will break. It is really, really delicate. So the lightest touch possible. That's number one. Number two, motionless. Economic movements. Don't do anything more than necessary. So this is really one beautiful practice for life. It's a metaphor for life. Let go of that which is unnecessary. So you might notice that you're making all sorts of movements or big movements. No, make it small. Try to make it invisible. So I'm looking in a mirror and I want this finger to be smaller, less movement. Now, those were cuts. And we're going to practice two sorts of things. There are finger cuts where they live on the holes, and there are finger strikes. And with the strike, you try to make a short note, as short as possible, but beautiful. You need to hear the pitch. And so the third thing is good rhythm. Light touch, small movements, beautiful rhythm. oh, this is opened up. So if it opens up like that, don't play it. My mistake, I should have left the reed cap on. Okay, so reed cap on, that needs to rest and go back to that shape. So meanwhile, let's just do the this dactylic rhythm from Pindar. So try and imagine you're leading the dance. And also, I always do, and I start with the drum. So play the note, and then begin the rhythm. So setting yourself up. And that's getting quite strong, so you just do 5 minutes a day. And the best thing to do is attach your practice to something you already do. Whether it's brushing your teeth, or before you have a cup of coffee. Attach it, and it's a bit of daily practice. There's something wonderfully health-giving about that discipline and having a good rhythm. So whatever you're interested in, apply it, create your own little exercise. Now, hopefully, this is ready to play. It's even in tune, hooray! What I'm doing here is I'm tuning it by ear, and the tuning happens, I want a pure fifth. Now to get that pure fifth, I might sharpen it by putting one hand in or out. So I can play, if I'm playing out of tune, it's not the instrument's fault, it's me. Okay? So you have to use your ear right from the word go. And it's good to practice on unisons. So you've got 4 unisons. And on each unison, you can practice making some flutter beats, okay? A bit of interference, like this. So I did that by taking this hand and just moving it out of the mouth, and then putting it back in. So now I'm going to do it with the other one. This time I'll do it with this one. And what that means is you could do a little bit of vibrato, okay, or rhythmic in and out. Oh, these are tough. Okay, so if you're getting tired on the lip, as I am at the moment, that's a good sign. It means you've got strong reeds that will last forever. If your reeds are weak, they die quite quickly. Yeah, short life. So these reeds, these could last 10 years easily. The life of your instrument is to do with the selection of the material and how well you look after it. So really, you know, these sorts of reeds have survived for 3,500 years in the ground, okay, buried in the late New Kingdom, and they come out of the ground, and people have tried to play them, unfortunately, so they've disintegrated. since the 19th century, with a few exceptions. Use the window you have when the reeds are just opening and when your muscles are fresh to do as much work as you can, and then put them away and sleep. It's the daily practice that makes the difference. Don't work hard, be lazy. Just do 2 minutes. And also, don't do the work with your lips. Let these guys do the work. Okay, so as soon as your reeds are opening up, take your help, treat these as the ones who do the hard work. You put them on, and now that reed is held. You're not having to work hard, the reed cap is doing it for you. And if you're using cardboard ones, okay, cardboard and masking tape, these are lovely, I love that. You pop it on, and get it right down. You always want that belly. Really important to have a rotund belly around there, because that's what springs them open. And you leave it overnight, or you can leave it a couple of hours until you fancy having another session. And just do another 3 minutes, because it's when you're asleep that the muscles grow and the brain figures out how to do it. It's extraordinary what can be achieved if you just do 3 minutes a day. So, final little dactylo epitrite. So I'm getting these are brand new reeds, and dactylo epitrite we now need dum di dum 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 di dum dum. Oh, it's hard work. Okay, I'm going to cap these reeds. Okay, if it gets hard, just cap them. Let them rest. Come back to it later. But those are two lovely rhythms to practice. So dum di di dum di di dum 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 di di dum di di dum, and alternate that with dum di dum 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 di dum 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 di dum dum. And you can do that 3 times. So that's your. You do each of them sort of 3 times. Your dactyls and your epitritoi. Your epitrites, and that way you can just have fun, keep yourself entertained, and remember, light touch, small movements, glorious rhythm. Thank you very much. Have fun.
Wonderful.